Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another video on the channel. This time it is the Aston Villa Everton preview. Just looking at the game at the weekend, going into it. Look at Villa, their last result, which was the 5-0, 5-1 hammering to Newcastle. And yeah, and then obviously us with our loss to Fulham, and just sort of talking about the both teams, and just the expected lineups and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll look at Aston Villa first. Played a very high line on Sunday night, was it Saturday night against Newcastle, and paid the ultimate price of 5-1 thrashing. Not very good, is it? Yeah, listen, I think it's very obvious Villa, they messed around and found out. Douglas Luiz having a howler of a game, Kamara having a howler of a game, John McGinn playing left mid, which is interesting. Obviously, they were after Harrison for that role. Bundia would play that role, but Bundia's injured. As inverted wingers. I can't remember the name of. I'm pretty sure they've got somebody now though. Or if not, they're still looking for somebody. But it looks like they might be getting somebody in for that role. I doubt they'll play. I can imagine him, Unai Emery, being him, sticking to the same sort of lineup. But we'll get into that when I do the lineups. But yeah, they obviously lost 5-1. Goals coming from Sandro Tonali, Isaac Double, Callum Wilson scores against us all the time, and it's Harvey Barnes getting the other goal, and Anthony Gordon even got an assist, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, when you look at the stats for the game, Villa were okay. They got 1.7 expected goals, 16 shots to Newcastle's 17. Newcastle had an XG of 3.41, had more big chances. So they had similar shots. Newcastle just had better quality shots. And I think that was the main one for Villa, is that the shots just weren't of a better quality. They had slightly less passes as well. They were, similar in pass thingy, made more tackles. I think they just struggled when they got the ball with what to do with it. And I think they were just susceptible to that high line. Obviously, looking at their team, that will be something we want to exploit if we can. Get someone with a bit of pace to try and beat that high line. Somebody who can run in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be nice if he's fit. Maybe a Damari Gray looks like he's on his way out. Otherwise, I'd say Damari Gray. Maybe Dan Schumer striker. Maybe just for that bit of pace. I think that might be the best way. Keep compact. I think we'll both be playing 4-4-2s, 4-4-1-1 in our terms, which is, balancing out two sets of four. Obviously, our wingers are much more like wingers, whereas theirs come in a little bit. I'm not too sure what John McGinn's doing on that left. Maybe he comes in as a wide playmaker, but Leon Bailey is an out-and-out winger. So I think formations-wise, it's almost like a more old school 4-4-1-1 with Sean Dyche, compared to a newer modern 4-4-2 that Unai Emery plays. It should be an interesting little battle. Looking at players to try and exploit, Konza didn't have a good game against Newcastle. I mean, none of them really had a good game. You can't have a good game if you've lost 5-1. Diaby had an all right game, and Ollie Watkins, they were the only two, I think, from there that can sort of shine, put their heads up a bit. I think Douglas Luiz had a tough game. I'd mentioned in the tactics video, which if you haven't watched, you can go check out. But Douglas Luiz, everything came through him, pass map wise. He had, 69 accurate passes out of 76, one chance created. Everything came through the Brazilian, yet he struggled to make an impact, really, with only one of them causing a chance. I would press him. He obviously is the heart of that team in midfield. We obviously know the dangers Luca Dean has from his wide position, and Matty Cash being a good player, and obviously Leon Bailey and Diaby, both very, very good. Lots of pace there. Possibly tell the lads to stay compact, drop back a little bit, try and limit the amount of balls going in and over and behind the defenders. That will be one to really watch out with Aston Villa. We'll move on from the Fulham game, which was a 1-0 loss. Really tough one. I think there were a lot of positives to take. We should have won the game, really, when you look at the stats. Again, I've done this on the channel with the tactics video, so I won't bore you with the stats too much. But yeah, really, we should have been winning that game, and I think everybody can sort of see that. I don't want to be like, oh, we should have won that one, but I think we should have, really, in hindsight. Looking at the projected team, I think they'll put out a similar team unless they've got, unless they sign anybody that they sort of, between then and then. And even then, I think they're going to get Zaniola. I can't see him being in the team straight away. Yeah, I just can't see that happening because obviously he's got to train with the lads and stuff. But he looks like he will be there and he'll have his medical. I think it'll be announced today at the time of recording, actually. It's the 17th. I think he'll be announced today or tomorrow. So yeah, very, very interesting. But I don't think he'll appear in the game. Not unless Unai Emery thinks he's ready to go, but he won't have trained, so I don't think so. So I think they'll go with the same lineup. As for us, I think we will go with the same lineup, but it depends, like last season. And until he's fully fit and he's playing regularly, it's gonna depend again. We will play the same team unless Dominic Calvert-Lewin is fit. So it hangs on that little crux. So you've got goal. I think you'll go Pickford. I think we'll see Patterson, Keane, Tarkowski, and Young again. I think he will play. It also depends if Danjuma's fit. I think if Danjuma's fit, then Iwobi Danjuma come out to the right. Probably Iwobi. Then you'll have Gueye, Onana, and Danjuma on the left. Decore, and if Dominic Calvert-Lewin's fit, maybe Calvert-Lewin, but I can see Moipai getting another game as well. I don't think we'll change massively. Obviously, Danjuma played a little bit when he came on. If he's fit, I think he might go where Iwobi is and then stick Iwobi on the right, just because as James Garner, I don't think he had an awful game, but I do think he and Patterson got in the way of each other a little bit, and that sort of hindered our right-hand side. You need a right winger on the right. Iwobi was almost forward man at times. If you could get someone else on the right stretching that play, that'd be fantastic. So I would say that that's the main one for those two. Other than that, I can't see us changing drastically. We've got injuries still. Dwight McNeil's out. We won't be seeing him for a little while, unfortunately. Jack Harrison, who we've signed, he is also out for a little bit, unfortunately. I think looking at it, I think he might be out as long as McNeil is. I've got a feeling McNeil might be back before Harrison, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't see them coming back. Dele Alli is unknown. Jean-Philippe Chabamin, I just don't think is worth mentioning. And Seamus Coleman's the other injury. I think Seamus Coleman won't be back till later in the month. But like I said, we're not the only ones with injuries. Villa are missing Tyrone Mings, Leander Dodonka, Jacob Ramsey, Emiliano Buendia, Bertrand Traore, and Alex Moreno. Hence why Luca Dean is getting a game. Otherwise, I think we'd see Moreno. I would say danger man for them is probably Diaby or Bailey. But you know how the script goes. Luca Dean, you can't rule out getting a free kick because that's the way the script goes. For us, if Calvert-Lewin plays, I think he's our best threat. Otherwise, maybe Decore. Moipai had good chances against Fulham, but ultimately proved that he's not able to finish them, which makes me hesitant to pick him. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Score prediction: away from home against a good team, despite losing. Don't let the 5-1 fool you. They are a good team, Villa. I never like saying that we'll lose. I don't think we're the odds-on favourite though. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. and that's because I can't bring myself to say this could be a loss. Not because I'm negative Nelly or anything like that. These are just a very good team and a very good coach. But it should be an interesting tactical clash. I'm interested to see the battle of the 4-4-2 and the 4-4-1-1. I've said this numerous times. I think Deitch is ready to go back to his 4-4-2. He just needs the final pieces, aka two good strikers, and then I think we'll be back there. But that is all we got time for. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts. Look forward to reading them. See you soon.